wakes up in the morning, does his teeth fight to eat, and he's rolling. It never changes a thing. The weekends, the week begins. She thinks we look at each other, wondering what the other is thinking, but we never say a thing. These crimes between us grow deeper, yeah. Goes to visit his mommy. She feeds to endless concerns. He forgets them and remembers being small, playing under the table and dreaming. Take these chances, place them in a box until a quieter time lights down you up and I. Driving in on this highway, all these cars end up on the sidewalk, people in every direction. No words exchanged, no time to exchange. You and all the little ants are marching, red, black, and tan are waving. They all do it the same. They all do it the same way. Yeah. Can a man attempt in the thoughts of a sweet tooth, the torch of our weight loss program, cutting the corners in a loose end cat cut on the fence, can not to a found cat cut. Take these chances, place them in a box until a quieter time lights down you up and I, yeah. Go and get you. You didn't get going to
She was, um, 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 what do we do? Celebrate every problem in the and when you never and you can probably go out. It did go out, but you know, alright, so I got a very, I got another taxi going, another taxi video to see in there was to be, but this, it, it took the way to tell me.
Their date.
What to see what did that say before
Daytona Beach, the Cape Canaveral area, Vero Beach will be getting in on the heavier rainfall, and eventually that should I am so sorry, Bill. Oh my God! This is what just happened. That thing was crawling on my leg. Oh God, if that. Oh my God, that is! Oh my God! Oh no! Right at the wall for me. Oh. Oh.
no one has seen it, but now Kelly, that for another day, for now, we'll never catfish, never catfish the watch. So that's you. You. Is it really catfish?
It's worse. It's fine. I actually don't understand the details, but if there's anything I know is that Alex is a sweet boy. And I'm sure he has his reasons. So don't hate him or find him unworthy. You also have done things out of your own reasoning. He does love and trust you, if that means anything to you. I'm neither mad nor disappointed. Okay? Bye, Maribeth.
What's up, Seekers?
Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com. On today's episode, we speak to a 56-year-old woman named Mary Beth from New Jersey. She has been in an online relationship with a man named Alex for about 6 months. Mary Beth is having suspicions of Alex lying about who he says he is after sending him over $20,000 worth of investments through this investment website. Let's try to get to the bottom of this. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
Hi, my name.
Hold on. Let me do this. I'm supposed to that and now you.
Is Mary Beth. I work for a high frequency trading firm in Manhattan. And I've been divorced for over 3 years. And I lost my dog last year, and that's when I started dating. I always try to meet people, but then, of course, this one gentleman started in January, and that was it. That's when I started online dating.
Like many of us, Mary Beth loved her dog. Her passing affected her deeply, but it wasn't the only thing Mary Beth was dealing with at the time.
I was married in the past for 23 years. My ex-husband had an emotional affair that he just couldn't admit. So we grew apart. Everyone wants to be loved. But unfortunately, when our heart is in it and our mind, these 12 inches are very far apart. So I decided about 4 years prior and, to deal with it until my son graduated high school. And then I said, I can't do this anymore. I was not a happy person. I've been divorced for going on 3 years, and I went on my own, and I was COVID hit, so it was just me at home with my dog. My dog was 14, so she passed away. So then I started. Facebook has the online dating, and it's free. So I started November of last year. My dog passed away November 18 of last year, 2021. And now it's going to be a year. And then I started dating like in December.
After the death of her beloved puppy and the end of her marriage, Mary Beth felt as though her life was falling apart. She was lost until she met Alex, the man she fell in love with online.
The first text that Alex sent me, oh my God, I think I even still have a copy of it. I had stated on my webpage, on my profile, that I am not interested in anyone that I cannot meet. So his response to me on there,
Whoa, okay. Pretty kitchen kitchen. This is what happens. What happened?
I am not interested in anyone that I cannot meet. So his response to me on there was like, I'm so sorry, your rules are out of state's not acceptable because you are so beautiful. So that was my first text with Alex. Yeah. Oh my God. He seemed older, 62. It was a conversation that I just woke up. I've been working all night. I haven't shaved, and I think I like the rugged look. So it kind of won my heart. To me,
you see, well, this is what you what to make you, yeah, that's it about that.
He was more masculine and rugged that way, and that's what caught my eye about him. He had hair, so he wasn't bald. So he's a very attractive man when he cleaned up. Oh, look, a little video about him. See, my phone even knows more than I do. See? I just can't describe the man anymore. My head was spinning. I did not what my days were going. Nothing was getting accomplished. It's like the world stopped, and it was only this relationship. So I don't know how to describe the man. Handsome.
The future seemed bright for Alex and Mary Beth, and just as their relationship started to bloom, things took a turn for the worse.
It really got intense. The the texting, the conversation, it felt like I was really like dating someone that was around the corner. I even mailed him a package because he was supposed to be a widower with a daughter. And of course, who wouldn't want, I'm divorced, who wouldn't want a 14-year-old daughter, to hang out with or enjoy life with? Never really came out and asked me for money. Started with investments, telling me to open like blockchain and stuff like that, and how to cryptocurrency. And it's funny, but I work for a high frequency trading firm that has crypto and everything, and I should have learned.
Mary Beth and Alex spoke every day. Alex built a bond with her. He eventually got Mary Beth to open an account on the site he said he invested in. Mary Beth trusted him.
I opened an account with a company that he referred me to, and it was called.
We've blurred the site's name because we're handing everything to the authorities. This is one of the most realistic scam sites we've ever seen.
It has a dashboard. It has how much you invest in it, how much you transfer your bitcoins into it. It shows you how much interest or how much you can make at the time. And it looked really intriguing. So I put in $2,000. I started with that. So with that said, I ended up seeing that the money I put in was growing. So I had money in savings. So I said, let me put in some more. And I put in about 20 grand more. And the same day was two $10,000 wired from my bank. It was like a name instead of a bank. It was like Jose something, and it was down in Mexico or something like that. It was 26,000 altogether. If I still log into that dashboard, it says that I have over, I don't know, $60,000.
Things started to spiral out of control when Mary Beth attempted to withdraw the money from the account. Alex began to get angry and told Mary Beth to stop trying to withdraw the money and that she needed to invest even more into the company.
So I lied. Forgive me, Lord. Just forgive me. But I told him, hey, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and I can't do anything anymore. Now I want my money back. How can I get my money back? He told me that he felt sorry and if there's anything I can do. And then I asked him for money and he says, let me see what I can do because I don't have money either. Everything was good until I got a dick pic, and then it got really like, when can I see you? I don't want to show you that. And then he was begging me to show him a picture, and I made a mistake and I did it with my face. I didn't know that the rules were not your face. And anyway, so that's when I got, it got ugly, and that's when I got rid of Facebook totally because it was like threatening me.
Mary Beth found herself trapped. Sextortion is a serious offense, and one that is even being used to target children.
Teens are being targeted on everyday apps they're using, like Instagram and TikTok. Now, experts say the surge of Gen Z victims is alarming and shows scammers are becoming more sophisticated. The FBI says scammers pose as attractive women on social media and send nude photos to the victim, demanding they do the same and send them money. If the victim doesn't send money, the scammer threatens to post their photo online.
One of the easiest ways to avoid a scam is take that image, drop it into a site like socialcatfish.com. A minute or so later, we spit out where we found that image online.
He had inappropriate pictures of me, so I had to close down my Facebook account. I literally deleted the whole account, disconnected it, because he was saying he was going to go in there and publicize it with other people, and I was like, oh man, I couldn't get rid of the guy. Like it was like he knew too much about me. He knows who my family is, so I didn't want that. And unfortunately, I did tell my family. I told my sons. I had 2 sons. I told them. I told anyone, my girlfriends, about it, because I didn't want to be embarrassed.
When Alex realized Mary Beth wasn't going to give in, he tried gaslighting by having another scammer pose as his mother. What you're about to hear is a scammer trying to convince Mary Beth to listen to Alex and cave into his demands.
If there's anything I know, it's that Alex is
Oh boy, can you read the menu? Alright, get into me.
a sweet boy, and I'm sure he has his reasons. So don't hate him or find him unworthy.
Okay, Seekers, Mary Beth understood that she had been scammed, but she was confused and under the impression that she was dealing with a real investment company. At first glance at this investment website, you could see why Mary Beth thought the company was legit, which brought legitimacy to Alex being a real person. It had a place where you can log into the site, a breakdown of their services, and a tech support chat box that was really responsive. Does this website look legitimate to you? Let us know in the comment section below. Next, we took a look at the website's contact information and ran an email, number, and address search to verify everything. We then ran a reverse image search on Alex, and we were able to get results on everything in minutes. Before we go any further, here's a quick message from our sponsors. We're in the holiday season, and you're probably going to be doing a lot of online shopping. On our website, to find out
Alex. So let's start off with the driver's license. The research
into our search box. By picking up a membership for yourself today, you can support our team so we can build out more tools for you to use in the future. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it. It was now time to sit down with Mary Beth and let her know what we had found.
So I'd like to just start off with some of the research that we had reviewed from Alex. So let's start off with the driver's license.
Yes.
What we had found out was everything in that driver's license was fake. It was the ID number, and then also when we looked into the address, that was actually a valid address. There was no verification that Alex had ever lived at that property or even owned that property.
I did mail something to that address, and it was returned to sender.
Got it. Okay. So we had our entire search specialist team searching for Alex. We did everything we could. We used all of our tools to find this person. It took us a long time. The real person in the images is a man named Kevin.
Wow.
After running several reverse image searches and scouring the web, it turns out Alex had been lying about his identity the whole time. The real person in the images is a man by the name of Kevin. Kevin has his own life and has never met or heard of Mary Beth. With our tools, we were able to find his Instagram and Facebook to prove to Mary Beth that he was not the man behind this scam. His photos were stolen to dupe Mary Beth and other victims out of money.
You're in like financial, banking and investments, right? Were there any red flags when you initially went to that site?
When I originally did log in, create like my login and all that, and the reference, all that was fine to me. I didn't see a red flag. When it came to sending the money, and it was like to a name, and it was specifically, it threw me off. And I didn't think, because I was in a hurry at the moment, and I just didn't really put 2 and 2 together. I do work for at that time, I was working for a high frequency trading firm for about 13 years. Basically, when I was doing the transfer and I logged on and I did it from my bank, they would basically discover my bank, reached out to me and said, "What are you doing? Do you know who you're sending the money to?" And I'm like, "Yes, yes." And when I went back to talk to Alex about it, he was like, "You have to hurry up. You're losing the window of opportunity." It was like I couldn't even go to the bathroom, kind of a no, 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 stop what you're doing. And it became like a rush. And as soon as it was released, because it was like constantly asking me text messaging, did it go through? Did it go through? Did it go through? As soon as I got like a screenshot, I sent him the screenshot. Yeah, it went through. And it was weird. How about the other 10,000? Because it was 10 and then 10. How about the other 10? And I'm like, yeah, it went through. It went through. And now I got to go back to work. I got to go. And now I kind of cut it. Did not think. I swear it was like a horse with blinders on.
Although Mary Beth worked for a trading firm for 13 years, she was still scammed by a fake banking site. Scammers will pressure you to feel like the money you are sending is urgent and needs to be sent right away. For example, a message a scammer would send is, "I need you to send the gift card right away. I haven't eaten in 2 days. If you don't send the money, I will be stuck in Syria another year." These pressure tactics make victims irrationally send money. It's the same tactics companies use when they attach a timer to an item that is on sale.
You sent money to a guy named Jose, and we actually reach out to Jose. So we tracked Jose down, got his information, and called him. First, he didn't pick up the phone, called him back. Jose picks up the phone. We start to explain, who we are and what's happened, and he hangs up on us.
Hello?
Hey, Jose.
Hey.
Hey, this is kind of a weird call, but my name's David McClellan. I'm with a company called socialcabbage.com, and we actually help people with online scams. And your information was actually passed. So we followed up. We sent him a video message showing him our office, that we're real. We're trying to help him out. And he has not responded at all.
Wow.
Hey, Jose, you can see this is my company, socialcabbage.com. Somebody's given out your bank details, your home address details. You can see I'm real. I've done, hundreds of TV interviews, warning people about scams. And so I'm actually just calling to try to help you out and make sure that you're not involved in this, because we are helping out a victim that's lost a bunch of money, and she was given your information too. So give me a call back, please.
Mary Beth got Jose's banking information from Alex. The $20,000 wire transfer was wired into Jose's account from Mary Beth's. Our team reaches out to money mules like Jose to attempt to stop these scammers from using innocent people to launder money.
So we actually went and the chat was still there at the time. And so I started going through the chat, and sure enough, somebody started chatting back with me. And so we had this long chat. We started going back and forth. I basically was telling them that, hey, I've been trying to send money here, and, I'm having a difficult time, and it's frustrating. And they gave me another person's name.
We did a little scam baiting and decided to reach out to this fake bank support chat located on their website.
So I decided to go to the website and see what it was about. After getting to the website, I find out that they have a really cool chat form and decided to start a chat. Somebody messaged me within 30 seconds. They started the conversation out saying, "Hello, greetings, sir, ma'am. How may we be of assistance?" I decided not to mess around, and I went directly for the kill. I told them that I've been trying to send them money for a few days now, and I was having a hard time doing so. They asked me a few simple questions: what my name was, my email, and the date I intended to transfer the money. And if any of you seen any of our episodes, you know about our website, fugiftcards.com. So I decided to drop a link, plain dumb, and said, hey, I've only done this in the past. And sure enough, they clicked on the link. So once we checked the IP address, we found out the first 3 clicks had come from North Carolina. I had a feeling that's not where the person was. So I continued to talk to him. Through the conversation, they had asked if I had ever sent Bitcoin before. Right away, they gave me a wallet address, which I'm savvy enough to start looking up. And once we trace the money back, we actually trace it back to Coinbase. And those of you that know, we have what are called KYC laws here in the United States. We can file a police report if there's been a crime and potentially get access to the KYC information for these accounts, finding out who the real person is, but I wasn't satisfied. I wanted to see if they would click on a FU gift cards link again and maybe make a mistake. So I dropped the link in there again and asked if we could pay that way. The next time I got a click from Lagos, Nigeria. After they had asked me again to send money through the crypto address, I went and told them that I was not able to send it because the account wasn't verified and that Coinbase was actually asking me to verify the account. They didn't believe me and they asked me for a screenshot. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going to Chrome, I edited the page, I added a link in there, and then I screenshotted that and sent them that as proof. He then asked me again to send money through crypto, and I went and got a screenshot saying my card was blocked, and I sent it to him saying that I had tried to wire the funds and the card was being blocked for some reason. He then asked me to use MoonPay and sent me another crypto address. I then took a screenshot of the address not being valid because it was a new address, and I sent it over to him and I said, "Is this a scam?" Being skeptical at that point in time, he asked to verify me. He asked for a copy of my driver's license, and I had asked him if it was a safe place to send it. He says yes. I tell him no problem. So what I start doing is I start making a bunch of typos and tell him, I'm sorry, my hands shake, and that I'm 87 years old, and this has just been a rough time for me, and I've been frustrated because I've been trying to send money to them for the last few days. Right away, he takes the bait, and he sends me Money Mule's bank account number, routing number, and first and last name. I instantly go and copy and paste that, put into our file, and then look up the routing number to see which state the bank account is out of, and sure enough, I got a hit. I actually think that some of these money mules know what's going on, by the way. So we can actually go and file a police report and go and actually see who's behind the crypto addresses.
Bitcoin is not so anonymous after all. Anytime you're a part of any banking or financial institution, you have to verify your identity with a photocopy of your ID. All exchanges that are working out of the United States have to do the same.
I continued to talk to this person and they gave me an email address. I got a name of another money mule. So I ended up calling her. Her name's Darlene. She's from Georgia.
Like most of the money mules we contact, Darlene was nervous when we reached out to her. After talking to her on the phone for a while, she told us that someone had advised her not to speak to us. 5 minutes later, the chat on the investment website was taken down. Interesting.
And so when I pried and asked her, you know, she's fumbled with her words and then said, oh, it was my bank that told me not to talk to you.
One of the main reasons we started this YouTube channel was to encourage people to report their scam. 9 times out of 10, a scammer has several victims. When you report your scam, it can also stop others from being scammed too. File a police report and submit everything to IC3.
The thing I say all the time is like, there's these scammers that, yes, they scammed you, yes, they got money out of you, but they're doing this to many, many, many other people. And you know, whether you can get back on your feet and keep going, other people may or may not be able to do that. And so these are criminals with intention to break people's heart, manipulate people, and steal money from people, right? And so we want to catch these guys. And so the first thing to do is go to your local police and file a police report. I'm just being candid with you. They probably will say, hey, look, we can't do anything about it, blah, blah, blah. But we're going to give you a packet of information with the information that we found. And so it's going to include the crypto addresses, money mules, the bank account numbers, the routing numbers. And so if you hand that over and push to have a detective look into it, it's a long process, but like I highly encourage that you go do this. We'll put this information together and then hopefully be able to stop these guys or at least slow them down.
Yeah, I have to because you guys did so much work. I'm not going to let you drop.
We see this a lot. Scammers will reveal their true identity to their victims. Next comes a sob story about them living in a poor country without opportunities. The victim gives in and is willing to help this scammer scam other people so they can make money. They will accept money for them and even send audio calls like the one Mary Beth received to help the scammer's lies seem more legitimate. We believe this is the case for Darlene after speaking to her over the phone.
So there was a voicemail that was left for you.
Yes, I forwarded that, yes.
Hello, Maribeth. It's worse.
We've seen this happen many times, and because there's so many people involved, what we believe is this is another victim that, somebody that was victimized at some point, but was talked into helping the scammer out. And so, what we've seen is the scammers will reveal themselves, right? So, they scam somebody, then they come back and reveal themselves, and they'll continue the conversation either to steal their identity or get them to help them scam other people.
Our team was able to help Mary Beth understand what had happened to her. She is still planning to date online. She has a date planned for Thanksgiving with a man she met on a dating app.
So you're on this dating app. How's it gone so far?
I only had one date, and it was weird. It was good, but
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
yeah, Thanksgiving won't be alone, so I get to see someone for Thanksgiving.
That's so
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, life is good. You just got to have hope and patience, and
Sounds great, Mary Beth.
Oh, you guys are great. God bless. You guys are. I know you're paying forward. It's awesome. And I'll follow up. I'll schedule it for Monday lunchtime. I'll take it over and go by the police department.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Well, I'm glad we were able to help, and great luck and good luck with your date on Thanksgiving.
Yay!
Mary Beth filed a police report on Monday. We are now waiting to hear back from the authorities for an update so they can start an investigation. Mary Beth spent time with her new friend on Thanksgiving, and it went great. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Remember, all of our new videos go out every Wednesday, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, Seekers, we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you. You know what? You know what? You did. You do. You. Um. Who would you? Who would you? that she was the one disease. Yeah,
He was just an interesting person and we seemed to click. I've invested a lot in this relationship so far. And we do get along really well. I mean, if all this baggage was resolved and his story was true, I think that we would be a good couple.
Hello?
What's up, Seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Scamfish presented by socialcatfish.com.
He was nabbed in the Singapore airport for overstaying his visa, and now he's in the immigration system.
Yeah.
So now they're asking for $11,000 in bail money to get him out.
On today's episode, we help a woman named Nancy who met a man named Sean on the dating app Silver Singles. Sean has promised to meet Nancy in person countless times, but something always seems to come up. Nancy has been funding this man's life for a year now. She's dished out over $25,000 to help pay Sean's taxes, supplies for an engineering contract in Singapore, and even helped bail him out of jail twice.
Okay.
Nancy is having doubts about this man being who he claims to be after running a reverse image search and finding a man's photos that looks identical to Sean's. Tune in as we help her find out the truth about this man she's been planning a future with. Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
I'm gonna give it you. Apologize.
Okay, hi Social Catfish, my name is Nancy. I like to rescue things on the weekend when I'm off. I've bought a few houses that were foreclosed and brought them back to their charming baseline. So that could be furniture, it could be houses in distress, or it could be something vintage that needs to come home with me. So I was married for about 15 years, was divorced after my husband went overseas and was stepping outside of our marriage. He was on Match.com. He listed that he was separated, living with friends. He was dating women in Costa Rica while he was there for business. So we split and divorced, and then I stayed in the US to raise the children, and he stayed down in Costa Rica. You know, he was probably out catting around, and I was home with kids believing his story. So, you know, my focus was the kids and making sure that they grew up as close to normal as possible. I sacrificed for everybody for decades, so I decided me time. I have a stable career, I'm educated, I've got my teeth, you know, I have all the prerequisites and I'm by myself. So I haven't quite figured out why that should be. And I don't understand, you know, why a bright, accomplished woman is not attractive.
After several unsuccessful relationships, Nancy finally met someone who caught her eye on the dating app Silver Singles.
His name is Sean. His photo caught my eye. He was very attractive and he wrote well. I guess that's one of my...
Professional. Me. Hello.
My prejudice is when someone is writing their profile and things are spelled wrong, it's an instant turn off. That, you know, couldn't you use spell check or double check or make sure that you wrote something intelligible before you posted it? So, his responses were well crafted. If I mention famous sayings by Winston Churchill or something and someone can quip back at me, that's attractive. That, oh, okay, you know who Winston Churchill is and understand how important he was to history. Something like that. When you go home and you want to talk about your day, you want to talk to your intellectual equal. He was just an interesting person and we seemed to click. He's very attractive, he works out, and he's got a good flair for dressing, the few pictures that I've seen. Looks like he was a little heavier at one point. He has a beard, silver hair, a graying beard, hazel eyes. He told me that his undergraduate degree was in civil engineering. He's 5'10", according to his passport. He's tells me that he's 54. He was born in 1969. He said he'd been cheated on. He caught his wife with someone else. He was born and raised in Sweden and came to the United States after his divorce. He wanted a fresh start. One of the positive things was he was reliable. If he said he was going to call at night or text at night, he did. And then he would text in the morning. So he talked about romantic things. Rose petals and glass of wine and chocolate and things like that. And yes, he was funny, made me laugh with some of his observations, and also was observant about me that, you need to have some fun, which is true. You've missed fun for years and I need to show you how to have fun again. Someone took the time to think about what makes me tick. Was refreshing. I love you and can't wait to see you and look forward to our forever beginning, things like that. We're not super young anymore and let's not waste time, and not pushy per se, but didn't seem to want to dance around and play games. He felt like Prince Charming, but I was still cautious. Was he a prince or a fraud? I wasn't sure.
After a few weeks of chatting, Sean had checked all the boxes for Nancy, intellectually and romantically. The two planned to meet in person. However, plans were changed when Sean was offered an engineering contract in Singapore.
Landed a contract for a hotel in Singapore, a 600-room hotel with multiple ballrooms, and he was going to do the renovation. But there was a tight timeline between construction and interior work. He had $45,000 in the bank. He sent me a screenshot of the balance, but said that he was going to come up short and didn't want to miss out on this $3 million contract, and asked if I would float him a loan until he finished the job, he'd be paid, and he'd pay me right back. So I gave him $3,000 and he was going to pay me back the 1st of August. Okay, so next he's supposed to come home. He showed me a check that he was paid for the work that he did, and he sent me an itinerary to come home. So of course I was very excited. I bought balloons and cake and was waiting for him to come home, and then lo and behold, there's a tax that he has to pay, a 15% tax on the $3 million that he earned, and he didn't have it. So he gave them what he did have. He sold his car, he told me, and he sold a watch, a Rolex watch that he had. And so then I ended up pitching in for the hotel and his food and things like that, so he could survive until he could pay off this debt. Well, he would say, can I have 250? Can I have 500? Can I have, can I have? Because I'm hungry. I feel faint. I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten in a day, and they're going to kick me out of the hotel, and where am I going to go?
Sean claimed he was going to work as hard as he could to finish his job after receiving the $3,000 from Nancy. Once he was done, he would be on his way back to the United States to start his life with her. But he ran into even more problems later down the line.
So he said he was detained. So he needed to be bailed out of detention. He needed to pay an attorney, and he wanted money for a flight home. Go on to the next chapter then. So after he got out of detention over not paying the tax completely, then in March he was coming home. He sent me another itinerary. All the bills were paid. He was going to come back. His money was in a check form that could be deposited in the United States. I watched the plane landing in the various airports, and I didn't hear from him. I didn't hear from him during the flights. I didn't hear from him after supposedly he landed.
Despite Nancy helping Sean out and raising the money for the 15% tax to get him out of Singapore, more problems arise as Sean gets detained for not fully paying the debt off in time.
Next thing, I get an email from his attorney saying that he was nabbed in the Singapore airport for overstaying his visa, and now he's in the immigration system. So now they're asking for $11,000 in bail money to get him out.
After sending $25,000 to get Sean home, Nancy became suspicious, and she started to look for answers. Her cousin was able to find a man's Instagram profile that looked identical to the photos of Sean, yet Nancy is still unsure if it is actually him.
Initially, the pictures that he used on his profile, I had a cousin in his 30s reverse look them up, and they belong to an art dealer from Massachusetts. So, but then more recent pictures don't look like that person, so I'm not sure there. I would never hurt anybody that way, and I would hope that this person that I do like his company would not scheme to hurt me. He promised he'd never break my heart and he'd never hurt me.
Yeah.
I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Fuck.
And we do get along really well. I mean, if all this baggage was resolved and his story was true, I think that we would be a good couple.
These are some of the items that Nancy provided. Obviously, the main image that she sent was this one here.
I think one of the dead giveaways was the neck area, how it's blurred and it's not
the
matching the
neckline of the
face.
shirt.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry.
Yeah. Something that we heard her say over and over is that she really enjoyed taking care of people, rescuing things. She enjoys rescuing furniture, animals. So it just sounds like she has a really big open heart and she loves to give and take care of people.
He's also molding to her preferences. He told her that he's 64 when obviously this man looks this man looks 45.
I've seen other images like this where there's a man behind bars. I think you've seen a few, Virginia? Yeah. We've dealt with a lot of romance scams that end up where their lover ends up behind bars, needs X amount of funds or money sent to them to release them from prison. So this is a story we hear often.
Nancy received tons of photoshopped items from Sean, but the biggest issue was, why did she still believe this could be true after finding this man's profile? We did some digging to make sure that, in fact, Curtis was the real man in these photos.
So I just talked to Nancy, very nice lady. She's talking to this guy named Sean. Mm-hmm. The thing is, he's in jail. And there's proof that he's in jail because she sent us pictures.
Of him in jail?
Yes.
I gotta see this. Okay,
yeah,
show me.
Sean beat up in jail. Sean behind bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, so I'm gonna reverse image search. 37 exact matches.
No way.
Mm.
Oh, look.
Oh, these pictures are everywhere.
It's Photoshop within a Photoshop. Within a Photoshop. Oh, they're from stock images.
There it is.
They're
my stock. Let me see if I can actually find the man in the images.
Okay.
Ooh, 254 matches. Look at this. There he is.
Ooh. It is.
Oh, he's a photographer. That's the exact image that she sent us. There it is. Good work.
We were able to verify this profile, and it
Okay. Did you read, going to pretty good super and 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 you look like everything. Who your friend I've met when you is the virtue of my niece's graduation. I see you 2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks in, in 2 weeks of doing a kid of having a week in Japan.
Esta paz que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Esta paz que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Este amor que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Este amor que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Lo que Cristo me dio a mí, en el mundo no lo hallé. Lo que Cristo me dio a mí, en el mundo no lo hallé. Solo Cristo la puede dar. Este amor que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Este amor que vive en mí, solo Cristo la puede dar. Lo que Cristo me dio a mí, en el mundo no lo hallé. Lo que Cristo me dio a mí,